Hi, everybody. I just wanted to possibly give some relief to some women out there who also suffer from really, really heavy periods. I'm not talking about the average 3 to 5 day, a couple tampons a day kind of lady. I am talking about 7 to 9 days, extremely heavy, extremely painful periods. My period is about 80% lighter than it used to be last year, and I'm on my fourth period of the year for 2022. And the only thing I changed in my life was not eating sugar anymore. And I have a very routine life. I do the same things every single day. Maybe I do things a little bit differently on the weekends, but for the most part, the foods that I eat are always the same. I have a lot of protein, a lot of vegetables, a lot of carbohydrates, like rice and potatoes. And back in December of 2021, I ate a bunch of candied popcorn, and I kind of went into, like, my body started vibrating, and I went into like this kind of shock thing. And I laid down, I let it just kind of happen, and I passed out. I fell asleep for about 4 hours, and when I woke up, I took a big dump, and I felt 100%. So I already don't eat a whole lot of sugar previously, but I would have ice cream maybe once or twice a month, maybe something sweet with sugar in it, or have creamer or something like that every once in a while. And after that kind of happened to my body, I told myself I wasn't going to have any added sugars for a year, and to see what happened. I watched a lot of videos, and there's some really good effects that do happen for every single person that quit sugar. But for me, I didn't notice a difference at all. As far as my mood went, I was the same. And my everyday life was the same. And if anything did happen, I could tell you that I probably got more hungry, if that makes sense. So I started eating a little more to kind of compensate for the lack of sugar that I was getting. I replaced Splenda with stevia. Okay, so long story short, the January preceding the sugar overdose on Christmas, I had a very heavy period, like I always do. It was probably 8 days, and I bleed about, I don't know, up to 60 ml a day, sometimes more. At one point it was 120. So it was a lot of blood, a lot of blood clots, and extremely, extremely painful, like it always has been. And I'm very active, I'm very healthy, I eat very well. But like I said, I still had added sugars in my previous diet. Well, I haven't had added sugars since last year. And every period after January, so my February, March, and now my April period, which is ending probably today, has been extremely light. This period's lasted maybe 3 days. My previous period, I thought I was just spotting, and I guess that was a period. And my previous period, it was kind of the same thing, like 5 days, really light. And I didn't have to wear any diapers to bed for the first time in, I don't know, a couple of years. So it's a really big deal. And I may have accidentally had some sugar at some point. I went out for sushi. They had that crap on top of it. I forgot to ask them to take it off, like that sweet sauce that goes on it. Stuff like that is kind of out of my control. But as far as my personal life or anything like that goes, my sugar is down 99.9% for sure. I have not purchased any sugars, added any sugars into anything. I have had some honey, I have had some fruit, and foods with natural sugars, but there's no added sugars in my diet. So my physical activity is slightly less, actually, and I'm working on being leaner again. But I don't think that that's something that, I mean, I think that majority of people are probably not as active as me. So I wouldn't think that that is affecting it. I'm less active than I was last year. So I don't really think that it has anything to do with my menstrual cycle. And yeah, so if you're somebody who is struggling with your menstrual cycle, it's really, really heavy, and you have kind of tried everything. Like, I don't like taking pills. I don't like having to sit there in bed in pain. Like, I'm going to do whatever I can to not do that. I'm going to do whatever I can to not make it control my life. So I'm just going to work through the pain. You know, actually, a lot of times I think I'm stronger when I'm menstruating. It's kind of weird. I don't know. When I lift heavy on those days, it's a little bit gross, but it's also, I don't know, I'm just stronger. But anyway, so if you're having really, really heavy periods, I really recommend just quitting sugar for 3 to 4 months and seeing what happens. I know it's really hard to do that, but really I would recommend quitting anything that has absolutely no negative effects on you if you quit, and in fact will make you healthier in general. You know, that would include like alcohol, cigarettes, drug use, occasional drug use, you know, anything like soda, like anything that you stop doing that's going to make you healthier is probably something you really shouldn't be doing anyway. So it's like, okay, well, why don't you try quitting sugar? I really had no idea that it would affect me like that. I don't think that it's affected me in any other way. And my periods have kind of controlled my life for, you know, a quarter of the month or more, a little bit more than that every month since I was, you know, 13 years old. So, yeah, if you want some freedom there, want to not wear diapers to bed or worry about changing your tampon, you know, 8 times a day, or period cup, which is what I use now because I was tired of shoving cotton up my nanny. Yeah, try it out. I mean, there's nothing to lose, right? So, except for maybe you'll get really, really emotional, go through withdrawals, have terrible headaches, possibly get crabby, maybe destroy a couple of relationships. You know, the withdrawal from sugar is a drug, so the withdrawal from it will be serious, but you'll get over it eventually. You know, it'll probably just take like a week or two, and then if you have it again, you know, it would be hard not to continue. So anyway, I feel like I've found a big secret, and I'm sure not everybody's body is this way, but it's literally the last thing that I could think of to improve health-wise in my life. I've quit everything else. So, and being without it has been pretty easy, honestly. And it's freed me a lot mentally. I don't have to feel bad for saying no to whatever's going on, social events, you know, creamer, like whatever, where I don't have to feel bad for saying no. So, oh, I don't eat sugar. Like, that's all. I don't eat sugar. And that's it. Good luck. I hope this can help somebody. And yeah, I had no idea that I would no longer have incredibly painful and heavy periods by quitting sugar. But that's been the side effect that I've noticed, and not one that I even quit sugar for. So very excited. Good luck.